Good morning. How you doing? It's your boy Danny. Let's talk about it. He spoke to me, part one. Let me tell you something. Boy, I'm about to go off today because I want you to know he spoke to me, part one. I want to talk about how rare it is in the Bible when it talks about that God spoke to someone. Did you know that? He spoke to me. And the very first example that we're going to see is going to be found in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 3. We're going to be looking at a young child by the name of Samuel. Guess what? Check this out. He spoke to me. Understand this. Could you imagine what that really means? That the God in heaven has taken a moment of time to share something with you. Let me tell you something. In the Bible, every time that God spoke, something happened. That's it. That's all. Understand this when God shows up. But we're going to start out part one in 1 Samuel chapter 3. Check it out. Now the boy Samuel ministered to the Lord before Eli, and the word of the Lord was rare in those days. There was no widespread revelation. Did you hear that? When God speaks revelation. He speaks wisdom. He speaks knowledge. Remember this. Whatever's on your heart, whatever's on your mind is on God's heart and mind as well. I want you to stay encouraged. I want you to stay uplifted because God is at work. Did you hear that? I got to let you know that God is up to great things. Check it out. Here we go. And it came to pass at that time when Eli was laying down in the place, and when his eyes began to grow dim, so dim that he could not see no more, and before the lamp of God went out in the tabernacle, the Lord, where the ark of God was, and while Samuel was laying down, here we go. God spoke to me. Here we go. But the Lord called Samuel, and he said, "Here I am." Did you hear that? This is the invisible God, the creators of the heavens and earth speaking. Boy, if you can get the revelation of this, because guess what? Boy, it would penetrate your heart and mind that God took time to speak to a child about what he's getting ready to do. Understand this. God can use you wherever you at. That's the whole purpose, the premise of me telling you this. He spoke to me, that God spoke to a child out of nowhere. And he's getting ready to do some things in Israel. But he speaks to a child when the word of God was rare. No widespread revelation, but God speaks to him. Understand this. God is a faithful God. He's a promise keeper. Whatever's on your heart, whatever's on your mind is on God's heart and mind, because God has some things on his heart he wanted to share with the boy Samuel. Understand this. God speaks. The God of heaven would take time out to speak to you. I want you to understand it. He spoke to me, part one. Get ready for part two, because I'm going to be going off. I'm going to do a series on my podcast show. He spoke to me. I'm going to be just sharing how it is, the specialness, the rareness of what it is to hear from the creator of the whole universe. Have a blessed day. Love you. Bye-bye.